Je ne pouvais même pas m'imaginer, même pas une seconde, me poser une question sur ce genre de choses avec lui. Mais ce jour-là, that day, c'était devenu une réalité impossible pour moi. It became a very impossible reality that when he pulled down his pants. Musafiri had closed his eyes, his mouth half open. He was gasping for breath while he whispered, "Suck it, little girl. Yes, suck me." Right after that, he let out a muffled grunt, like a pig. That's how I described it. Suddenly, I felt a warm and sticky liquid fill my mouth. That's what I was saying. When he released himself, when he came, when he ejaculated in my mouth, I felt a warm liquid in my mouth. So Pastor Musafiri made the decision. George, he didn't ask you. Pastor Musafiri made the decision to ejaculate in my mouth himself. So you have no right to defend him or to harass me because I'm speaking up. You have none. And if you try one more time again, we're gonna have to go too far, because I can take you to any court if you harass me one more time again, or you harass one of my defender or my follower. I'm gonna take you down. I'm gonna take you to court, because you don't understand the pain women or male who are victim of these pastors or anyone go through. You don't understand it. Drink quickly. That's what he was telling me. He wanted me to swallow his sperm. Oh, it feels so good. That's how he said after he ejaculated. Holding my head pressed, he did, against his bare and hairy thighs. As I did what he said, I was overcome with the nausea. I started feeling nauseous after he ejaculated in my mouth. As soon as he let go of my head, because he was holding my head between his legs, I ran to the bathroom. I vomited for several minutes. George, I vomited for several minutes after he ejaculated or he came in my mouth, because I couldn't believe the sperm was in my mouth. I couldn't believe the smell. I couldn't believe he made me swallow that. I couldn't believe it. I was traumatized. Very, very traumatized. So I vomited. And until today, I'm still vomiting. I'm still vomiting. Each time I have a flashback of Pastor Musafiri's sperm, I'm traumatized. I am nauseous and I vomited. Each time. That's what happened. So Pastor Musafiri decided to write his own story, his own past. Pastor Musafiri decided, he chose to be a monster. He chose that. He wasn't forced. I was a little girl. I wasn't expecting that from him. I didn't know how to flirt any man. I was a little girl, a teenager. I was a little girl. I didn't know anything, and I feared God because they taught me in Sunday school, in children choir, that never touch men. So I wasn't supposed, George, since I started going to church as a little girl, I wasn't supposed to know a man at that age. I wasn't supposed to. But he took my innocence away. He denied me to be a kid. He denied me to be a little girl. He took my innocence away. I touched a penis of a grown-up man. I sucked a penis of a grown-up man. I swallowed the sperm of a grown-up man. George, that's what happened to me, and the Pastor MUSAFIRI made that decision himself, not you. So stop harassing me, and stop harassing me again. Stop harassing me. Because the pain I'm going through, you are not going through that. The pain Pastor MUSAFIRI caused to me, he made that decision. He chose it. He chose to hurt me. He knew I was a little girl because that's how he used to call me. You little girl. Yes, indeed, I was a little girl. I was a little girl. But he didn't feel pity to me. He didn't feel pity for me at all. All he wanted was to please himself with that little girl. That's what he wanted. Now I can speak up. I went through therapy. I have to tell you this, George. I went through therapy in order for me to get where I am today, to speak up now. I've been through therapy for years. For years, I've been through therapy because of what Pastor MUSAFIRI did to me. So, cut it out. Never again. Never. If you try one more time, we will meet in court. We will meet in court. George Buhendwa. That's what you did. I'm not gonna finish this today. He took me home that day, that night. I was shaking. I was in tears. When we got at the Elokadutu again, his tongue was in my mouth. His hand on my breast before I got home because it wasn't too far. At a school called Elokadutu. He started molesting me again before he let me go. He was in heaven, for his ejaculation in my mouth. He was really another man because he had a chance to molest a little girl. For him, it was fun. For me, it was a pain. It was tears. I was another man's daughter. And I'm still another man's daughter. Even if my father is dead, but I am still another man's daughter. I was brought to this world by another man, by another woman. So I have parents who I don't think if they will ever tolerate somebody to hurt me that way. No. So what the Pastor MUSAFIRI did to me, My Christianity journey started as a little girl, and I wanted to grow up that way. Nothing less. All I wanted was to sing. All I wanted was to sing. Nothing less. And Pastor MUSAFIRI took that joy away from me. He took it away from me. All I wanted was to sing. And the Pastor MUSAFIRI took that joy away from me. But I continued to sing. So I'm not gonna stop believing in God. For years, I was angry at God because of what Pastor MUSAFIRI did. And for you, George, who are you to come and tell me to harass me? Do you understand the pain I'm going through? Or other women, what they are going through? You try one more time again. One more time. George Buhendwa, you try one more time again to harass me. We will meet in court. That's what you need to know. These pastors, they are not living up to what they preach. They are not. I suffered for years in hands of Pastor MUSAFIRI. I had no mother, no father to talk to. And now I decided to speak up after going through therapy for years. I met Dr. Mukwege in New York that another day. He's a man of integrity. He understands the pain I'm going through. Go talk to him. He has my book. I gave a copy to him. I met him in New York. Because I value the work Dr. Mukwege is doing. Because he understands the pain women or children are going through. The victims. That's a man, not you, George. You are a coward. George Buhendwa, you are a coward. You are a coward. Tu es un idiot. George Buhendwa, you are a coward. Tu es un idiot. Regarde le travail que Dr. Mukwege est en train de faire. J'étais partie le voir parce que il comprend la douleur des victimes. Il comprend. So I'm telling you again, I just got started. And if you are a father and you have girls or kids or a boy, you should be in my camp because I'm fighting for even your children. And I'm asking for each parent out there, don't trust pastors with your children. Talk to your children. Have a time with them. Talk to your children. Have a time with them. You don't know who may be touching them or who may be doing things to them. Don't trust your pastor with your children. Don't. And I'm inviting any person, a male or a female, who is a survivor, please don't give up. Don't be intimidated. You want to talk? Please reach out to me. Reach out to me. And this is the problem with the Protestant churches. There's no system for victims to report anything. There's no any system where victims can report anything. Sayuni didn't have any system where a victim can report anything. I couldn't talk to anybody at church because there's nothing. I wish there was, like, of course there was no telephone at that time. Et aussi, George, je peux te dire que I moved to say church because I was running away from Pastor MUSAFIRI. That was the reason I moved to say. And that I'm gonna talk in large again in another video. So parents, please take a time to talk to your children. Spend time with your children, especially African parents. Spend time with your children. Talk to them. I didn't have a mother or father to talk to, but I've been very, very, very like active in my own family to talk to my nieces and nephews. I give them space to talk to me because I feel I don't want anyone else to go through what I went through in hands of Pastor MUSAFIRI. I don't. It's painful to be denied to be a kid. It's painful. It's still haunting me until today. I am on medication for nausea. Je prends le médicament de la nausée chaque jour, ou bien quand je sens donc la nausée. Et des fois, je suis hospitalisée à cause de ça. Sometimes I have to be in the hospital because of nausea, due to what the Pastor MUSAFIRI did. So parents, talk to your children. Have Girls' Day with the kids, with the girls. And the fathers can have a Father Day with the boys and talk to them. Kids talk. Once you start the conversation of anything, kids will feel safe to talk. But when you push them, when they come home, if you don't start the conversation, they don't talk. Give them space to talk. Give the kids space to talk, which means spend time with them. Create some time with them. Watch TV. Now there is a TV. If there is a girls, go to nail salon. George, another thing you said about my hair salon. I was the hairdresser. Listen to me. Let me tell you something, George. Let me tell you something. I am very, very hard worker.